So they're like, dude, fix your posture, fix your speech, fix your nose, right? And I'm over here like, okay, sure, I'll try to do that. Bro, grow a pair, get some thick skin. Like, this world is not easy, okay? And you better learn to laugh a lot. Like, if you want to go and do anything of use and you want to have like a significant life, just stop being a little bitch. Like, every single time I talk to someone and I say something off the cuff and they're like wounded or like it like affects them for a while, I'm like, dude, you just haven't been through enough, right? When it comes to criticism in life, first of all, don't take criticism to heart when it comes from someone that you do not want to be like. I'm gonna say that again. Don't take criticism to heart when it comes from someone that you do not want to be like. And this goes from middle school to when you're fucking 85 years old, okay? There is no reason to let that stuff into your soul when it's coming from someone that has not achieved what it is that they're trying to prescribe you, right? At the end of the day, dude, criticism is super, super important. And being kind of paranoid is kind of important. There's like a positive correlation between being paranoid and being successful. Like, all your shit's gonna be taken away from you, right? It's a terrible, tortured way to live life. But people that are like that do some crazy shit because they're like, oh, floor could fall out from underneath me right now, and I just have to be prepared. I'm paranoid like that, you know, not like all the time, but it's definitely a deeper part of my soul. And then the criticism boils off for that. It's like, okay, well, Turab, if you did lose, if your practice burned down, if your dental practice burned down and someone came and robbed you and, I don't know, you lost your hearing, what the hell would you do? And then I'm thinking to myself, like, I'd probably try to go and find the richest person in town and be like, how can I help you, right? Like, straight up. And then meanwhile, try to go and find a dental job. But again, if I can't hear, what the hell am I going to do as a dentist? You know, if I lost my hands, what am I going to do as a dentist? So that's being paranoid, right? It's like, when the fuck would that ever happen? That may never happen in your entire life. But if you can plan your life according to that, you're probably going to be pretty stable. And so the criticism comes in when it's like, okay, are you preparing, Turab? Are you getting better? Are you getting smarter, faster, stronger for when that eventuality comes? The criticism is, no, you've fallen short. The criticism is, you could have explained that better. You could have been there more. You could have been more present. You could have used your time more wisely. You could have used organizational skills better, you know? The criticism is always going to be there. The criticism question is coming from a place of, what do you do? How do you deal with other people criticizing you, right? So, for instance, our video guys, they're a perfect example, right? So they're like, dude, fix your posture, fix your speech, fix your nose, right? And I'm over here like, okay, sure, I'll try to do that. Sitting up, right? I'll try to do that. I'll try not to touch my nose. Does it matter if my posture is all that changed or whatever? Probably not. But is it better if I have better posture in life in general? Absolutely. So I will take that criticism and I will try my very best to impart it into my life because I want to be someone that has good posture. Plain and simple. So it's like, for me, it's not about the thing that's being said. It's about how that thing will make me closer to who I want to be. So my advice to you, and this is actually Gary Vee's advice too, for kids in general, is to have a lot of self-respect. When you have self-respect and you know the type of person that you want to be, criticism becomes a lot easier to take on because then you can be like, okay, this actually applies to my worldview and the things that I want to do. And this shit is just like from someplace that's just not part of my core values. The whole concept of taking yourself too seriously, I tell this to the interns a lot, is power, and this is a John Mayer quote, power is made by power being taken. Power is made by power being taken, meaning sometimes you just got to show people, dude. Sometimes you just got to step up and be like, dude, I'm about to crush this shit, and I'm going to show you how I crush this shit. And that is the only way that people are ever going to learn what you're capable of doing. So when it comes down to like being overly humble in life, it's just not my personality all the time. It used to be, but even then kind of borderline. It's never really been my personality to just be like, just take it and take it and take it and take it and still go and push. I like having my boundaries, and I like having it so that people know when they've touched my boundary. I rather fuck up and apologize later, you know? But I do have that component of critique where it's like, okay, you've clearly said the wrong thing. This is not professional in this setting. I think it's the best way to go about it if you keep in mind that it is not wise to only learn from your own mistakes, right? Like when I was younger, when I was in middle school, the first time I came across that quote was actually on a poster in history class. Don't try to make all of the mistakes yourself, learn from other people's mistakes. And I read every single poster in that class, and there was a lot of wisdom there. And the funny thing is, all throughout my life, I've just observed. All throughout my life, I've just observed other people fucking up, really observing how they fucked up, and then avoiding doing that myself. So it doesn't. I don't have to make all the mistakes. I don't have to be all brash and stupid. Like when I go into a room and I see that someone's doing something weird, I'm just like, check, won't do that. You know, it's like yeah, go out and make the mistakes, be brash about it, but like also be wise and realize that you're not the only player here. Like you should be learning a lot from other human beings, or watching documentaries, or getting mentors, or watching videos like this. Like I do have a lot of respect for people that are more soft spoken and that listen and ask why. I have a lot more respect for those people than I do the people that are brash. So you got to stay curious, dude. Again, you got to learn, right? Like I was at this leadership conference in DC, and this guy was giving like a systems lecture, and he was like, it's so important to give. What does done mean, right? When you say I want to get, hey, can you have this done for me by Friday? What your definition of done is different than someone else's definition of done, right? When they come up and when your kid or whatever is like, oh, I finished the laundry, and they just dump that shit out into the bed, you know, instead of folding it up and do it, like that's two different definitions of done, right? But for you as a leader to convince that person or to understand where that person is coming from, you can either shove your philosophy down their throat, or you can say to them, am I missing something? Like, did I not explain this properly? Like, what can I do to help? You know, why do you believe this? I'm curious. Like, I want to know your perspective. Obviously not with that tone of voice, but it's a more graceful way to go about life. And oftentimes whatever is expedient is not necessarily the wisest thing to do. So the expedient thing to do is to chastise someone and to immediately say, what the fuck, like, get out of my way, like you're doing stupid shit. But that's not the wise thing to do, because you want to build trust. And building trust requires you to ask why. Actualize your potential catalyst. This world needs you. Take care of yourself.